Story time of me working for Ebin, New York as the only black person in corporate. Honestly, y'all, it took a lot out of me to even make this video. It's been 3 months since I left the job. They actually fired me. Wrongful termination, but we'll get to that. It has just been a very long journey. Ebin, New York is a very popular beauty brand. They are very known for their 24-hour edge controls. I'll put it right here. And they're also very known for their wig sprays. So hairstylists, listen up, because a lot of you, even if you're not a hairstylist, if you're a black woman, black people in general, listen up.
Now I'm going to insert my opinion right here because I can. Hello everyone, I hope all is well. Now, you people, you wanted Beyonce to prove that she actually has hair that looks like yours and that her products really work before buying. However, companies like Ebin, and trust me, there are many Ebin, who will continue to profit off of the black woman, will continue to profit off of the black dollar because they understand the power of the black dollar, and so they use the pull factor. It has always been the most effective marketing strategy. I've done marketing. It never fails. Face represents the product. No research needed. Only when it comes to biases, then research becomes very important. Oh, we need to see you demonstrate. Fact of the matter is, this deception will continue because of inconsistencies and double standards in our community that I really do not see changing. I do not see changing attitudes because it's a mindset. If it's someone else, then it's fine. But they get an automatic pass. They're invited to the cookout with no questions. But when it's your own people, my people, oh man, it is almost as if it's an intentional punishment for you wanting to do things differently and for someone being successful. But what I've learned is you have to be careful with what you ask for, because many of those women who wanted Beyonce to reveal her real hair must now feel really bald-headed, because not even your clip-ins could have prepared you for what Beyonce revealed.
Because I was treated so horribly, guys. Like, I would go to the bathroom every day at work and cry. It was to the point where I just couldn't take it anymore. That's how bad it was. So I initially seen a job posting on LinkedIn for being their content creator, basically like the face of the brand. Just do like a quick couple of videos for them. So the HR lady, the company's very small. If that, like, the company is like 80 people or whatever, so there was only one HR person at the time. And this lady, she reached out to me on LinkedIn and she was like, oh, can you come in for an interview? Like, we would love to talk to you. So I'm like, yeah, sure. So I go in there and she's just like telling me all about the brand. And I realized that she kept saying like, oh, we're trying to make it more diverse in the office. We're trying to make it, she just kept saying that, we're just trying to make it more diverse in the office. So I'm just looking around and I'm like, well, there are a lot of Korean people. How are you guys doing this? Like, what do you mean? There's no black people at all? So she's showing me like, oh, they have like in-house beauty hairstylers, nail techs, lash techs, whatever, and they test out the products. They're not on a corporate side though. I didn't know this. I'm just thinking like, oh, okay, so I see some black women in the office, you know, cool. So I'm looking around, it's just nothing but Korean people. That still didn't bother me because I still seen like some black women in the office. So I'm like, cool, it doesn't matter. So she seen my resume and she was like, how do you feel about actually working full-time as a marketer, social media marketer? And I'm just like, yeah, that's fine. Like, I could come into the office every day and, you know, do marketing. That's what I went to school for, communications and marketing. So I took on a job. And the first day that I went to work, they was just basically showing me how to do stuff, what websites they use and things like that. So I'm already ready to make my first video, post it on TikTok, Instagram, whatever. Wow. I edited this video and I posted it right before I left. And I noticed that it was going viral within 3 hours. Like, As soon as I posted it, it was going up. So I'm like, I'm getting excited because I'm like, oh, this is my first day and I'm already, you know, showing off, like doing my job. And I was looking at it all night. That's how excited I was. I kept scrolling, going on their page and looking at the video like I'm doing my big one. It was around 8 p.m. that I realized that the video was deleted. So I'm like, what's going on? I was reading the comments the whole time, y'all. Everyone was laughing at the video. They were saying whoever's on the marketing team needs a raise. They were saying all these positive things, right? So I go into work the next morning, and as I'm walking to my desk, I have to pass my supervisor's desk, and I have to pass another coworker that thought she was my supervisor. Let's get into that. We could get into that, but I'm gonna just keep going. So I'm going to my desk, and I see that my coworker is showing my supervisor the video that I posted on TikTok from the account or whatever. So I'm like, they're just like literally looking at it or whatever, like reading the comments. And I'm like, hey, good morning. Yeah, why did the video delete? And all I know is that they looked at me and they were just like, there was too many negative comments. So then I go on the account and I, you know, look at the comments. I'm like, there's no negative comments. Someone was saying like, oh, the person that posted it, like the marketing team, I mean, the company better be black owned or something like that, because the video was funny. It was about SZA, I think it was. Like, it was about a black person doing a wig. It was some creative thing that I did. It was just all jokes, and it was good for marketing. So I was like, there's no negative comments here. And, you know, I felt some type of way because I'm like, it was my first day. I made a video go viral. Y'all needed help. Y'all needed help going viral and, you know, keep marketing these products and stuff. And I'm over here doing it on the first day, and y'all trying to figure out one little thing. Y'all see one little comment that says something, you know, a little negative to y'all, and y'all want to delete it. That's not how this works. Like, yeah, we got to get some tough skin around here if y'all want to keep going up in this company. So I let that slide. But ever since that day, I realized like everyone was just in competition with me. I don't know if that makes sense, but it was just like they were no longer trying to teach me anything. They were no longer First of all, I realized, let me just backtrack. Ever since that day, they had started speaking Korean the whole time in the office, in the marketing room. Korean. I had no conversation with them. They would speak to me whenever they told me to just do something. They would have meetings in full-blown Korean. Even the CEO would come in and speak in Korean. And nobody thought to even, you know, like, look and be like, oh, let's just speak in English for now. You know, we do have a black lady here that's just not Korean, and she doesn't know anything that we're saying. So I just started feeling uncomfortable. I'm like, there's no way that, you know, everybody was speaking English in the beginning, the first day that I was there, you know, being very nice. And now all of a sudden, everyone's just speaking Korean the whole time, giggling, looking at me, laughing about things. And I have no idea what any of them are saying. So
now that saying you teach people how to treat you, it translates to every relationship we foster. So Ebin will only survive if we continue to allow them to deceive us and to play in our faces. That's it. Now there'll be those women, black women, who will come out to defend this company vehemently. Wait for it. Now there'll be those who will say these ladies had bad experiences and that we're fussing for no reason. And one could also say, you know, every day we use products without knowing who created them. And, you know, but now that we have a window into what has been happening behind the scenes and that it's not favorable to black women, I think it would be remiss of you not to take action to protect your dollar, because you're spending money with these people who clearly do not like you. Knowledge is power. Now this is Imani, who Samai replaced at Ebin.
Y'all, she is not lying. I was very quiet on this topic for months. I think it's been about June, August, September, October, November. I don't know. It's probably been like a year since I left Ebin, New York. but I worked with that company for 9 months. I went in September of 2022, and I ended up leaving I got fired, wrongfully fired, June of 2023. So I started out there as a beauty advisor, and the role was pretty much just to come in, test products, see what products work. We also did some marketing where we would like look at some of the packaging to say like, okay, this will work, this won't work. Colors, font, and stuff like that on the packaging. That's a lot of stuff that we would do. And every day, our day-to-day thing was just to sit there and test products, right? So I came in, it was part-time. We were contracted, so you don't have any benefits or anything like that. You just come in, do your work, and leave pretty much. So when I got there for my interview process, I seen also, I don't know if I seen it on LinkedIn or Indeed, but I seen the job opening. I applied, I came, and pretty much when I walked in, it was giving jump scare because there was nothing but a bunch of Korean people there. So not that it's an issue with working with Korean people because, you know, you work with everybody. But I was I don't know, for some reason, I always thought that Ebin was a Black-owned company. So when I walked in, you can imagine, like, you walking in and literally everyone is Korean. So I immediately kind of was like, something's a little off here. So I interviewed, they called me back, and they were like, yeah, we want you to start immediately. I met with the HR lady that she's also talking about, and she has a big role in this story. So yeah, HR lady, that's what we're gonna call her. But yeah, so we came in, I did my paperwork and everything, and the first day, my first day of working, I went to a show actually. So they were like, hey, we're going to New York. Mind you, I live in New York and they're in Jersey. So I traveled all the way to Jersey just for them to tell me that we're going all the way back to New York, for me to go all the way back to Jersey and then go back to New York. Stupid. So I end up going to this show the first day. If you go back and look at my content, like, you can see, like, I was at shows and all types of stuff. So, you know, that's the proof right there. But if you need any more proof, I got my receipts. So yeah, we went to the show, and then the next day we came in, and the first thing they did was they came up to me and they gave me like a pen and paper, and they were like, hey, we need you to write down like the description of the product, like how to use it, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, this is my third day out here. I don't know. But nah, let me be serious. So I'm like, what product are you talking about? Because I was only familiar with the wig spray, the lace adhesive spray, the edge control. I didn't even know that they sold makeup, nails, all that stuff, lashes, until I got to the actual store. I mean, the actual you know, like, location. And I seen it, and I'm like, oh shoot, I didn't even know y'all sold this stuff. Sorry, I had a burp. So then I am like, how am I supposed to write the description to something that I don't even know? Like, and they're like, oh, just write anything because you have a degree in like marketing and PR. So like, we know you can do it. Just do it. So now I'm sitting here like, but I've been hired as a beauty advisor. Now keep in mind, they always kept saying, you have a degree, you have a degree, you have a degree. So they knew I can do it. So pretty much what ends up happening is, we're going to fast forward a little bit, where I meet the other Black young ladies, because the only Black people when I was there, in my experience, that was in the office were the beauty advisors. There were no other Black women or men in like marketing, and every other place was occupied by a Korean individual, right? So that already was kind of like fishy to me, because I'm like, well, if you know I know how to do marketing, put me in marketing and give me a position in marketing. Like, why? It seems like they just try to keep you very low at this beauty advisor state. So then as time goes on, they began to come to me, and they're like, hey, so what do you like they just ask me questions. What do you use outside of Ebin products? Like, what do you like? What do you think the industry is missing right now? So we're giving ideas, and we're like, do this, do that, do this, do that, do this, do that. And they're like, okay, cool. And they're just writing all our ideas down. And then they're now taking our ideas and they're developing them. And we're not getting paid for it. So I was like, okay, well, if me and it was another group of young ladies, we were like, no, we need to be getting paid for our ideas. So there was one lady that was there. I'm going to name her, I'm going to call her A. She put me on. A and M. Those are the other two ladies' names, A and M. M had been with the company since like almost day one. Like, she'd been there since the longest. So she was putting me on. she was been telling me how like discriminatory they are when it comes to like lunches. So they would buy lunch for everybody every day, and you have the option of getting like a Korean lunch, or you have the option of like ordering off the menu that they give you. And she was telling me how they were not able to order lunch, like they weren't in the group chat to submit their orders for lunch. So I'm like, y'all not about to be giving lunch to everybody in here, and then the black girls can't get lunch. Like, so now we sitting at lunch and we just chilling, or we have to go out and buy lunch and come back while everything else is provided and paid for by everybody else. That's not fair. So I was able to get into the group chat, and I was then able to order my lunch and the girls' lunches. So what I would do is I would send it to them, and I'm like, hey guys, this is the lunch for today. Everybody send me their orders, and I would submit it in by the deadline so that we can eat lunch. So that was one thing that they did exclude us. They had multiple meetings where we would all just be sitting in the office. They would all just get up, go to a meeting, and leave us there. No one would say anything. We would just sit there like, what's going on? Oh, we're having a meeting. Oh, the meetings was in Korean. Like, they would not try to, and they try to say, oh, language barrier. And I'm like, I get it. Like, if there's a language barrier, but y'all knew how to speak English. Like, cut it out. It was a lot of them who knew how to speak English. So I'm like, don't try to language barrier, because y'all were talking English the whole time. And then the minute, you know, something will shift, or y'all was like talking about something that y'all didn't want us to know about, y'all would start talking in Korean. Let's get to the real tea. Let's clock the real tea. So yeah, they would pretty much take our ideas, and they would say, we'll give you guys incentives. They offered us $100. They was like, if you have an original idea that we want to use and develop, we'll give you $100. Y'all are making millions of dollars, and you're telling me that you're going to take my original idea, formulate it, give me $100, and be like, yeah, thanks, good job. I don't get no type of shares in the product being sold. You don't get no type of nothing. It's just a good job, thanks. And then once you give them one idea and they find out that the CEO likes it, oh, then they come badgering you. We need more ideas. We need more ideas. We need more. I'm like, I don't, to the point where one day they had us sitting down. It was like, everybody has to submit 20 ideas. Like, almost on like a weekly basis, they was making us submit our ideas and not paying us.
I said what I said.
As always, stay safe and be self-aware, and subscribe for more snippets of wisdom and real talk. See you in the next video.